How the Vedas begin. They look outwards, and that will always happen. That is not really a weakness. That is not a fault, not something to be ashamed of. That's a constitutional compulsion, the way we are constituted. So that's how we said the Vedas also begin. They look at the world. If you look at the oldest of the Vedas, I have been revisiting it these days. Every few years or so, I returned to the Vedas. This would be my 6th or 8th or 10th, I don't know. Some return to the Vedas. I was in Mumbai, and this time I purchased fresh copies of all the Vedas, even though I already have 2 or 3 copies. That's my way to make a fresh beginning. And I am revisiting the Rig Veda. And every time you go to them, there are fresh insights. What happens is that we look at the whole road from the point of view of the destination. We look at the climb, standing at the summit, and then the climb will always look a little inferior, a little useless, a little abhorrible, lowly climb. What we forget is that without the climb, all the ups and downs, all the meandering, the summit would not have been possible. So those who are exposed to Vedanta, when they look at Karmakand, it is a bit prakritik that the approach sometimes is of condensation. So with a condensation eye, is it? With a concentration eye, we look at the Karmakanda part, which is both understandable and also childish. So it's understandable because indeed Vedanta is the summit. The philosophical rigor of Vedanta cannot be matched by the Sangita or the Brahman part. So in that sense, it's understandable. But what is also to be understood is that the Vedas are an organic growth. You look at the Prakriti. You look at all its elements. And whatever you initiate the journey with Prakriti, the approaches of desire. So you look at Prakriti with desire to the various forces and forms and effects of Prakriti. You give very different, very interesting names, and you associate charming stories with them. That's what the initial part of the Vedas is about. And because the whole thing will come from desire. Man is a creature of desire, is he not? So therefore, to each of these names, forms, forces, you go and you ask for things. What things? The same things that we today ask for. Nothing has changed, and that's why spiritual literature and ancient times remains relevant even today. So, the things that you ask for today are the same things that are being asked for in the mantras of Rig Vedas.